Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my private jungle and welcome to your July forecast. I am Nadia, the astrologer for people who don't believe in astrology but who want to hear their forecast for July 2025. I apologize for posting it so late. I was sick, couldn't record it earlier. Also apologize for being a bit slow during this recording. We are experiencing a heat wave and my brain is just melting. I will edit certain things out for sure, and also I promise that I will get everything into this video that matters for this month. And I'll start with what Venus is doing. It starts the month in Taurus, in the final degrees of Taurus, where it is going to meet with Uranus that has been in Taurus for the past 7 years. Uranus for the past 7 years was trying to make sure that in the area of day-to-day life, which includes the actual labor that you do on a daily basis, the way you take care of your health and of other people in your life, your schedule, your habits, that in those areas of your life, within the past 7 years, you started doing something very differently, that you became more original, more individuated in there. So ideally, you were supposed to either get yourself a job that would be more unique than the job that you had before, or at least find an angle, find the way to do your job that would allow you to be, well, different from everyone else who does it as well. And in the first days of July, but especially on the 3rd and 4th, Venus and Uranus in this day-to-day area of your horoscope would be working together. So something pleasant may come up and you may receive some sort of a bonus or reward, a pleasant surprise, because or based on the way you have been original in this area of your life. After that, on the 4th of July, Venus will move to the next sign, Gemini. In your horoscope, Gemini is very important because it rules important one-on-one relationships. So romantic partnerships, friendships, relationships with colleagues, creative partnerships, such things. Jupiter spent the previous year here. It's moved on, but the effect is still here. So Jupiter was supposed to open up some opportunities for you in this area. Now Venus, once it moves into Gemini on the 4th, will try to sweeten the deal and to also seduce you into maybe spending time with certain people or being attracted to certain people. It would want to motivate you to invest more in relationships, romantic, friendly, professional, anything, with people you like. But right after that, on the 7th, Uranus will also move into Gemini and it will spend the next 7 years there. And since for you, Gemini is important partnerships, it means that some sort of disruption is needed in this area of your life. In some way, you are stuck in the important relationships. And change is needed, and some weirding of this area of your life is needed. What it can mean is possibly if the current relationships in your life are suffocating you, limiting you, then maybe they would have to go. Or they would have to be reinvented so that they don't suffocate you and don't limit you. Maybe they are supposed to become less conventional and more weird. Maybe if you were single for a long time, maybe Uranus will work on that and will push you out of your singledom into mingling. It will introduce movement, spaciousness, experimenting, something different. And you can already feel it in July, and Venus being in the same area of your horoscope will make it more pleasant and will make you more motivated. The really very important influential planets in 2025 and 2026 are Neptune and Saturn in Aries. Neptune moved into Aries at the end of March. Saturn joined him at the end of May. And if you want a refresher on what those planets do for you, you may re-watch the horoscope for June, May and March, where I talk about it a lot. The short version is that they want you to work harder and more meaningfully in the area of creativity, joy, fun, parties, romance, and childbearing as well. So this Aries area of your life is supposed to be very fruitful, but also joyful, pleasurable, fun. And Saturn and Neptune want you to pull off something that would make your life more joyful and romantic and creative, but something that is hard to do, something that not everyone can do because it's so difficult, and something that not everyone would want to do because it's so difficult and so time consuming. So what I imagine for myself is like learning an instrument, or learning how to date in a more systematic way and how to actually enjoy it. Or how to have a good time with children, also in a more systematic, meaningful manner. Point is, during July, both Neptune and Saturn will start their retrograde phases. Neptune on the 5th, Saturn on the 13th. And as they do it, the pressure that you may be feeling already in this area of creativity, joy, enjoyment, fun, children, may start subsiding. It doesn't mean that you got off the hook, that you wouldn't need to do something difficult and time-consuming. You would in 2026. It's just that you are given almost half a year to take a step back, regroup, find the resources that you were missing, and prepare yourself for tackling this issue in 2026. There will also be a full moon in Capricorn on the 10th of July. That one would illuminate the state of affairs in your area of personal finance, that is earnings, spending, property. So if you want to work on a budget, or if you want to just count the money on every bank account that you have, days around the 10th of July is when you're supposed to do it. Then a really important sign this month is Leo. Why it's important? Mercury will spend all of July here. Why? That's not very usual for Mercury. It's usually a little bit faster, but it is slowing down because on the 18th of July it will start retrograding. In your horoscope, Leo is ruling the area where we expand our horizons, or the horizons of somebody else. It's higher learning, it's culture, it's media, it's publishing, it is philosophy, international relationships. Your thinking in those areas is supposed to change slightly before the retrograde, but also after the retrograde. May try to show you where you went wrong, or maybe where you didn't hear the call that was supposed to help you get an orientation and start something. Then there will be also a new moon, also in Leo, in this area of expansion, on the 24th of July. It's best that you use the energy of this new moon to plan something for yourself in this area, like an intellectual adventure or a cultural adventure that you would be involved in for the next year. But this new moon is happening under a very strong influence of Pluto in Aquarius, in your area of thinking, intellectual labor, communication. And Pluto is the planet of deep transformation. So your thinking is going through a transformation. And based on that, the things that you plan for yourself in media, publishing, education, should be something different from what you did before. And maybe you are not at ease with it. Maybe it's unpleasant to change what you're doing. Maybe you are scared to try something new. So it's best if for the next 12 months, the things you plan in international relationships, education, media, publishing, culture, are not too grandiose. Try things out, see what works, what doesn't. Change something or reuse something from the past. This Mercury retrograde would want you to do. Next summer, in July of 2026, Jupiter, the planet of abundance, luck, wisdom, scale, will enter this area of your horoscope, and it will help you develop it more large scale probably. And it's best if by the time of the new moon in Leo in the summer of 2026, you would already have the experience of trying certain things out, small scale, as an adventure, as education. So this is what I recommend you to plan in the days following the new moon in Leo on the 24th. Now, as I said, Venus will spend almost all of July in your area of important one-on-one relationships, making them more pleasant, potentially making people more attractive for you. And then on the 31st, it will move into the next sign of Cancer. Now, if you have a romantic relationship, then Venus in Cancer may make it even more pleasant and even more intimate, even more trusting and enjoyable. It may also influence your life in some other pleasant ways, but that I will be talking about in my August forecast. For now, wish you a great, entertaining, interesting, thought-provoking July, and see you in the next videos.